Hey there. So all you're gonna need today is whatever you have available for weights. So I've got these 2 cans of chickpeas. I'm gonna be using these. If you've got cans of soup, jug of milk, water bottle, anything like that is perfect. And if you happen to have access to weights, then you can just do these exact same moves with weights. You also might want a pillow. I've got a block right here. You might want a pillow, it's optional. So if you'd like it, grab it. If not, no worries. We're gonna get started in our half sun salutations. So ground your feet right underneath your hips, slight bend in your knees, tuck your tailbone under, so a little squeeze in your glutes, and then roll your shoulders a couple times. And then take a big inhale, hands sweep up overhead, and then exhale, you forward fold. So we're gonna go through this kind of quick, since we don't have a lot of time. Hang out at the bottom of your folds, little shimmy side to side, and a little sway of your arms, drag them back and forth like you're sweeping the ground. Then take a big inhale, halfway lift, engage through your belly. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, round all the way up to a stand. Hands sweep overhead. We're gonna take a mini back bend here. So bend your elbows, puff your chest. And then inhale, bring those hands back overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Extend through those hamstrings. Big inhale, find your halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. One more time, round all the way up to a stand here. We're gonna go through it one more time. Find that mini back bend. Bend your arms as you exhale. Inhale, hands reach overhead. Exhale, here's your final forward fold. Inhale, final halfway lift. And then exhale, hang out at the bottom here. I'm gonna have you just walk your feet a little bit wider, so now you're in this wide-legged forward fold. Go ahead, slowly start to round yourself up. Feet are nice and wide. We're gonna take a big inhale, lower all the way down to a little bit of a squat here, and then exhale, you lift. So just a lower on your inhale, exhale, lift. Your hands can stay on your thighs for a little added support. Or you can start to find a row with me. So as you lower, bring your arms out in front of you, and then exhale, row them back behind you. Inhale out, exhale behind. Little squeeze of your shoulder blades as you bring your elbows behind you. Just starting to warm up the body a little bit, build some heat. You can stay here, or you can start to drag your feet in. Next time you lift, drag your right foot in. Bring it back to that squat, left foot drags in. You can keep your hands here, or you can start to bring them up overhead. Still bringing them out in front of you, just like you're trying to grab something up off the ground, and then just bring that thing that you've grabbed off the ground and lift it overhead. We just got one more each side. So here's our last. And slowly start to walk your feet back out. Shake out those shoulders, those arms, fingers. We're gonna start to find a lunge. So you might want to have a stable surface nearby. I've got this ledge right here. You don't need it. We're going to be lunging all the way down from the ground, all the way back up to that top part of our lunge. So if you feel like you need some extra support, go ahead, situate yourself near a ledge, a chair, whatever. We're going to take our left foot forwards, send your right foot back, heel off the ground, right toes digging in. You got a strong right leg. Then a slight bend in your left knee. Go ahead, find the crown of your head, pull it up towards the ceiling. And then I want you to hinge over your left leg. So this left leg has a lot of weight in it. Take a big inhale, set your shoulders back, and we're gonna lower down. Maybe you touch that right knee to the ground, maybe you let it hover. Totally up to you. Find the depth of your lunge and then lift on up. So we're lowering, finding that inhale. Rise, find that exhale. We lower and we lift. You always have the option of adding your weights here as well. You just hold them in your hands. We've got one more on this side. We lower and we lift. Bring it all the way up to the top. See if you can bring your weight into that left leg and bring your right knee up. Hover here, find a little bit of a balance. You can have those hands hang out by your side, or you can bring them out in front of you like you're holding a really big basket of laundry. One more inhale. And exhale, go ahead. We're going to the other side. So this time your right foot's going to be forward. Left leg is back behind you. Up onto those left toes. I'll lower the camera a little bit so you can see. Start to load up that right leg, so hinge forwards, let all your weight be in that right leg. And we're gonna move. Inhale, lower down, and exhale, you lift. Just going to the depth that you feel comfortable with today. We got two more on this side. Last one here. And then hang out a second. Really load that right leg with all your weight. And lift on up. Find that balance. Left leg lifts into that tabletop. Hands stay by your sides. Come out in front of you. Puff that chest. Take one more big inhale. And set it all down. If you don't have your weights already, go ahead and grab them. We're going to start in a Romanian deadlift. So it's two cans here. We're going to find a Romanian deadlift, but add a little bit extra to it. So situate your feet right underneath your hips. Take a big inhale and start to send your hips back behind you. Keep your cans, your weights really close to your shins. As you exhale, you rise. And then we're going to curl those cans up. Inhale, we lower, find that Romanian deadlift, that RDL. Exhale, we lift and curl. So this is our movement. We're just adding a little curl to the top of our Romanian deadlift here. As you curl, keep those elbows really close to your sides. Since we're working with lighter weight here, probably, maybe not. But if you are, irregardless of whether you are actually or not, I want you to really focus in on what your core is doing. So how can you engage through your entire pelvic floor, the top of your core, your abdominals, all the way up and all the way down? What does that feel like? Maybe it's a little squeeze. Maybe it's just this awareness of your belly button and your core, and what they're doing in the moment. We've just got 3 more here. But throughout this whole practice, I want you to be really, really aware and mindful of those things. Honestly, through every facet of life, it can be really helpful to be subconsciously or consciously thinking of that. We just got one more. Last curl. Set it on down. Keep your weights with you. Shake out those legs if you need to. We're coming into a bent row with an overhead press. So I'm going to have you hinge back just like you would in your RDL. Find a little hinge, let those weights drag you down. And then we're going to row out to the side, so really wide. Think elbows out, kind of like a goalpost. So exhale, all the way out to the side. Inhale, lift, and then press those cans overhead. I know you can't see them, but I'm pressing them up overhead. So it's find your hinge, find your row, stand on out of it, and press. It's that hinge, that row, that lift, and that press. So we're finding moves where we can do a lot of things in those moves, kind of adding our movements up together. Keep on going here. I'm just going to change the camera angle. You're pressing, yes. As you find that row, so that really wide row, just think about squeezing, kissing your shoulder blades together, keeping a really nice broad chest. We're taking these movements actually relatively slow, so we can focus on that time under tension. So even though we're maybe not working with weights that are quite as heavy as we normally do, we're still able to get those muscles firing because we're moving a little bit slower than normal and keeping them working a little bit longer than normal. We got 2 more. Last one here. And bring it on down. Keep your cans, your weights, just changing that angle. We're gonna do a curtsy squat. So your weights are just gonna hang out by your sides. Now's a great time if you've got a jug of milk that has a handle or a water bottle that has a handle to bring that into play because the weights are just hanging out here. We're gonna do a curtsy squat, so take your left foot forwards and this right foot is gonna move for our first one, and then we're gonna reverse it. So we're gonna go back and forth, side to side. So left foot is grounded, right foot just swings behind your left. So you're in a little curtsy, and then you're just gonna bend both your knees. You're gonna lift, and we go to the other side. Right foot grounds, left leg sweeps behind your right leg. We bend both knees, and then we're back through center. Left leg sweeps behind, or right leg sweeps behind, we bend, and we return. Left leg sweeps, bend, and return. So once you get the hang of it, we're just going back and forth between the sides. Goal here is to find a nice little stretch through your outer hip and glute. Whatever leg is grounded, that's the one we're trying to find a stretch in. Really focusing on not collapsing here, so not letting those shoulders kind of round forwards. We don't want this, we want nice and broad through our chest. It's as if we've got a string connected to our heart. It's pulling us up towards the sky. I like to keep my gaze out in front of me, just a couple feet, so I've got somewhere to ground. We're almost there. We're gonna do one more each side. Last one. And come on out of it. We're going down to the ground. We're gonna come onto all fours. Do a couple bird dogs here. So make your way down to all fours here. Let's start in a cat-cow position. So we're in a tabletop. Take a big inhale, lift your chest up, open up through your throat, and then exhale, round, tuck your tailbone under, just like you're a hissing cat, claw the mat, expand through your shoulder blades, and then take a big inhale again, find that cow pose, And exhale, round through your spine. Just one more here. We're warming up our spine for what's to come. Last cat pose. And then find your neutral tabletop. So that at any point in time, it feels like too much being on your hands, come down to your forearms, or you can pause the video or not pause it and just shake it out. We're gonna do a bird dog here. We're just gonna do a static hold. So we've got our nice neutral tabletop. Big inhale, extend your left leg long. Use your left glute to lift that leg up. And extend your right leg long. So we're just gonna hang out here for a second, taking a full inhale and a full exhale, and then lower it back down. We go to the other side. Inhale, you extend your right leg this time, squeeze that right glute. Extend that left arm. We hold for an inhale and our exhale, and then we bring it back down. Other side, left leg lifts, right arm lifts. We hold, engage through your core. Feel like you can grow longer through your fingertips and your toes. And then bring it back down. Right leg lifts, left leg lift, or left arm lifts. Extend, and bring it back down. So maybe here's where you want to roll things out, or you can go right back into your next bird dog set. We're going to add a little bit more to it. We're going to extend left leg, right arm. Instead of holding, you've got the option, underline option, to bring your right elbow and your left knee in through center. So you've got a little bit of a crunch here. And then you extend it back out, set it back down. Other side, left arm lifts, right leg lifts. Stay here, or you can start to bring it through center. Crunch that left elbow towards your right knee, and then extend. Set it on down. Right arm lifts, left leg lifts. Last one on this side. Hold there, or find your crunch. Push the earth away if you're doing a crunch. And then bring it back. Set it down. Last one, left arm lifts, right leg lifts. Hold or crunch. And then set it on down. Go ahead, click your big toes together, widen your stance, and you're just gonna rock your hips back. Find that child's pose. But then quickly we're gonna rock forwards, tuck your tailbone under, little squeeze of the glutes here and opening through your hip flexors. So we're just rocking back and forth just a few times. And then slowly bring it back through center. We're going to turn onto our backs. Bring your weights with you. We're going to come on down. So you can lay down all the way. Plant your feet on the ground, knees up towards the ceiling. We're going to do a chest fly into a chest press. So you've got your weights here. Take a big inhale, open up your arms all the way down to the ground. Find that stretch through your chest. And then exhale, bring it through center. Inhale, lower your elbows down, about 45 degrees. And exhale, you press. So inhale, we go chest fly. Bring it back through center on your exhale. And then inhale, lower your elbows, your kind of triceps down towards the ground. And then exhale, find that chest press. Just going back and forth between our fly and our press. Again, we're going super slow on these, so we actually want to feel that stretch through our chest as we extend our arms out to that T position, and feel that stretch in our chest as we bring our elbows down towards the ground for our press. I almost think of it as like a 3 count on the way down, and then like a 1.5, 2 count on the way up. So you can stay here, hips on the ground. Or if you want a little bit more through your legs, a little bit more through your core, after this next chest press, you can lift your hips up and you're gonna squeeze. You're gonna hold it here. We're gonna do 3 more all the way through. So you've got a little lift of your hips. It can be just a centimeter off the ground. It does not have to be much. Or you can try to lift them as high as you can. We've got 1 more fly, 1 more press. So it's up to you. You can always keep your hips on the ground as well. This is our last one here. If you've got your hips lifted, lower them down. Go ahead, bring your weights to your sides. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock and roll on your back. We're gonna find a dead bug. So hug your knees up to your chest if you haven't already, and then find your tabletop position here. So your legs are out. Let's go ahead and grab the weights this time. So if you've got the soup cans, this is where we want to use them to up-level this little core move. If you've got actual weights, you might want to skip using the weights and just use your body weight here. If you've got like 5 pounds, I think it's a little too much, but these guys, perfect. So you're in your tabletop or your reverse tabletop here. On your inhale, let's extend left leg and right arm, and then bring it back through center. Extend left arm, right leg, and bring it back through center. Just opposite side, opposite arm, opposite leg, alternating sides. Really focusing on our core here, our pelvic floor. Everything is kind of zipped up right through center. This is our last exercise here. So we're gonna do our dead bugs. We're gonna end with like a grand finale hold here, and then you're done. You're on your way, hopefully enjoying some really good food, some really nice weather. Just focus in on your breath for these last couple reps here. Let's do 1 more each side. And then we're gonna find our hold and we're gonna call it a day. So come through center. Hold here, really drawing your belly button down to the ground. I want you to kick your feet out about 1 inch and draw your hands back about 1 inch. So we've lengthened this position where we're holding here. Really hard to keep our back nice and flat. If you find it rounding up, hug those knees in, reset. We're gonna push those feet another inch away from us, push those arms another notch behind us, and we're holding here for 1 big inhale. Hold for your exhale. Set it on down. Go ahead and ditch those weights. Windshield wiper your legs, your knees side to side. Get some internal, external rotation through those hips. And you are done. You've made it. Got another workout done and dusted. Awesome job for showing up. I hope you have a great rest of your day.